Bridges. They say you should never burn your bridges. I've always thought that this is an oddly human idea, because bridges, when they're done properly, are anything but fleeting. They're acts of long-term optimism, statements that say, we expect to be here a very long time. And these bridges, the HS2 green bridges at Turweston, are very much built with that mindset. Designed with a projected lifespan of around 120 years, these structures are engineered to withstand forces most of us will never see. Extreme weather, continuous loading, and even the unlikely but catastrophic, such as the impact of a derailed high-speed train. They're built to standards significantly higher than ordinary road bridges, and with regular inspection and maintenance, engineers quietly acknowledge something remarkable. These structures could remain functional for 500 years or more. That's not speculation, that's engineering confidence. Now, at first glance, these might look like oversized road bridges or oddly landscaped embankments, but there's something far more deliberate. These are green bridges, vast crossings designed not primarily for vehicles, but for wildlife, ecosystems, and the continuity of the landscape. They reconnect habitats that major infrastructure would otherwise sever. There are railway cuts through the countryside. These bridges stitch it back together. Trees, shrubs, soil depth, drainage. Everything here is engineered to make animals forget they're crossing a railway at all. Deer, badgers, foxes, even insects and plant life. This is infrastructure pretending not to exist. What I find quietly extraordinary is the contradiction at the heart of this project. On the one hand, HS2 is loud, controversial, divisive. On the other, these bridges are deeply thoughtful, almost humble, pieces of design. Look beneath the greenery and you'll find reinforced concrete, poured with millimeter precision. Steel reinforced cages, calculated to distribute unimaginable loads. Expansion joints designed to cope with decades of thermal movement, summer to winter, year after year after year. Nothing here is accidental. This is engineering that doesn't shout. It simply endures. It's worth pausing on that idea of time. Most of what we build today is disposable, designed to last for decades at best. These bridges, they're designed to outlive everyone involved in their construction. The engineers, the planners, quite possibly even the existing British rail network. 500 years ago, Britain was building cathedrals. Structures rooted in faith, permanence, and a belief in the future. And whether you support HS2 or not, there's something undeniably cathedral-like about the ambition here. Of course, none of this exists in a vacuum. HS2 remains one of the most expensive infrastructure projects in British history. Environmental damage, cost overruns, community disruption, all of these criticisms are valid and well documented. But standing here, looking at these green bridges, the conversation becomes more nuanced. This isn't infrastructure built cheaply. This is infrastructure built carefully. Whether a railway justifies the cost is a political question, but the question of the engineering, that's harder to argue against. So perhaps these bridges tell us something important, that even within contentious projects, there can be moments of genuine excellence, that engineering, at its best, isn't just about speed or efficiency, it's about stewardship. About leaving something behind that still works when the world has changed beyond recognition. They say you should never burn your bridges. Standing here at Turweston, it's clear that these ones were never meant to burn at all. They were built to stand, quietly, patiently, waiting for a future none of us will ever see. And in that, there's something rather beautiful. Thank you for watching. If you got this far, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps the channel grow. At the moment, to date, I've made £15 from YouTube monetization. This really will help my channel and myself. Thank you.